All right.
All right. Hey, everybody. We're so happy to get together and do our vision boards. It's super powerful to put our dreams, our visions onto a board. And we're going to get kind of deep here today. So you may finish up later. You may work on this the rest of the week. It's going to be really, really powerful. And I'm going to encourage you after we watch this inspirational video on how you can go a lot deeper. And gosh, I didn't even sleep the last 2 nights because my mind has been thinking on these certain topics. It's kind of awesome. I mean, it's not awesome to not sleep, but I'm really going a lot deeper. So let's listen to some of this video for inspiration first. And then we're going to kick this off with some ideas also to inspire you. And then we're going to have fun and pray together. And then we're going to put our boards together. And we can share about what we're doing and what we're putting on our boards together, because everybody's is completely individual. Our desires, our dreams, and all of that. So let's start off with this video Karen's going to play.
Why doesn't every home in the US have solar panels? The reason is not about sunlight or weather or even politics.
Dream. That's a powerful word. You will get knocked down many times chasing your dream. You will feel like you don't have the energy to get back up. You don't have the strength to get back up. You will feel like giving up is the only option. When you're hit, when you've been knocked down by life, that's when it's time to hit back. That's when it's time to hit back. Many people get hit by life, but they never hit back.
Are you going to stay down, or are you going to decide to get back up? It takes courage. It takes confidence. It takes a strong mindset to get back up when nobody believes in you.
There's a lion inside all of us, but some people decide to never let that lion out. Many people keep that lion locked in his cage. Are you hungry for that dream? Are you willing to fight for that dream?
Let the lion out. Get hungry for your dream. Go hunt your dream. Talking about that dream won't take you far. Working will.
Doubters will tell you to be realistic. Haters will tell you to quit.
You are the only one who can go and get it. It's your dream. No one will chase it for you. No one will hunt for you. No one will support your dream but you.
There's a quote that goes, everyone wants to eat, but a few are willing to hunt. Everyone wants to succeed, but few are willing to put in the work required.
Stop limiting yourself. You can make your dream into a reality, but it will only take one person to believe that it's possible. It will only take one person to put in the work. That person is you.
There's plenty of humans before you who have accomplished big things, who are living their dream life. They've done it. That is proof you can too. It is proof that you can live your dream if you really want it.
You are the most dangerous enemy to your dreams because only you decide when to quit and give up on your dreams. Only you decide when to kill these dreams. You're more powerful than you even know. You can change the world with your dream. But it only requires you to get out of your comfort zone and unleash the inner lion. It requires you to let the lion out of its cage. It requires you to chase your dreams no matter what.
If you have a weak mindset, if you're afraid of taking risks, you will never get far in life. You will never get that dream with a weak mindset.
Create a mindset that keeps you moving even when others quit.
Life is unpredictable. It's full of surprises. You might be closer than you think. Your dream can become a reality if you refuse to quit.
Be like a lion. Never back down from the challenges you face. A lion never stops chasing his prey until it catches it. You never stop chasing your dream until you live it.
Dream big and never let small minds convince you that your goal is out of reach. It may be out of reach for them, but you know better. Believe in yourself.
If you are in the way of my goals and dreams, I suggest you move.
I love that. If you're in the way of my goals and dreams, you must move. Great place to stop and great place to start our vision boards. So I want to start out with just opening in prayer, and feel free to jump in when you feel inspired to do so. So we can all pray together, pray over our dreams, pray over our goals, pray over each other. And I want to just quote some scripture, Psalm 20, verse 4. May he give you the desires of your heart and make all your plans succeed. And I love Psalm 37, 4 and 5. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. So I love that. I'm going to start in prayer, and you guys please jump in. Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this time to get together with each other. We all have so many dreams and so many desires, and I absolutely love and cherish our friendships that we have here. Lord, I pray your blessings on each and every person here, every person that watches this recording. And Lord, I pray that you give us the desires of our heart, just like you say. You delight in our dreams. You want to give us the desires of our hearts. I pray that as we put our visions and our dreams on our board, that you are inspiring us and leading us every step of the way.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much. Like Tina said, just this group of people, Father, who have common goals and dreams, Lord, and you created each of us unique and special, Lord. And I know that one of the things Satan likes to do is cause us to doubt ourselves and just to think that we can't do and we can't have, or that you don't want us to have, Lord. And you want us so much more amazingly than we can imagine, Father. And so we just pray that you just please help us to dream big, to pray boldly, Lord, and then help us to follow through and do our part, Father. And we just, again, just thank you so much for the supportive team and for this time that we can spend together, vision casting and dreaming big. And then asking you to allow us to bless others, Father, in what we do.
Father, thank you that your word tells us that where two or more are gathered, that you are amongst them, Lord. Thank you, Father, for meeting with us today. Thank you for bringing these brothers and sisters in Christ into my life as friends, that we've been able to form friendships together. We've been able to encourage and support each other and pray for each other. I cherish that, Lord, and I thank you for this opportunity. I know that we all have a common heart of wanting to serve others and serve others well and serve others in honoring you all that we do. And I pray, Lord, that you would help us each to be the leader that you've called us to be. We're all different for a reason. We all have different strengths and we all have different weaknesses, and you know those what those are. And we know that, Father, with you, your grace is sufficient for whatever we encounter, whether it be discouragement that we encounter each day, Lord. I pray, Lord, that we would honor you in those days that are when we're in the valley, not just on the mountaintop. But we praise you that you are with us regardless of where we are. And you have a plan, and you have a beautiful plan. And we thank you for that plan and pray that you would help us to live out what honors you in all that we do. In the name of Jesus, we pray.
Lord, we just pray that you shield us with your shield of protection against the enemy, that he cannot come against us in any form, in any way, that our health is protected, that our families are protected, and our businesses are protected. Lord, I pray that you open the doors to helping us achieve our dreams. In Jesus' name, we all pray. Amen. So you might have some stuff already ready for your vision board. You can start working on that if you want to. And you may have come to get some ideas and just hear what could possibly inspire you. You can feel free to be searching on Google, printing pictures, writing stuff down, journaling, whatever you guys, want to do. And then we'll kind of open it up. We can share here and there on some of the things that we're doing if we want to share with each other. So right now you can start all of those things. And I'm just going to give some ideas in case some people are just jumping on, watching the recording, or if you are here to get some ideas. I shared them in the video on the sideline, Strong group as well, but I did learn something else new, and it's called the 5 why process. And it's kind of interesting. So say you have a goal, this kind of helps you go a little bit deeper. Like say, just for an example, the 5 why process, you would start with, like, say my goal is obviously emerald, right? Is my goal. So the first question would be, why do I want to be emerald? And then you say, well, I'm saying, because I've worked hard and I want the financial promotion. The second part of that is, why do I want a financial promotion? I said, so I can go to Mexico, so I can do more with money, have a free car. There's many things I could list there, but I was trying to keep it short. So then you go deeper. Why do you want to go to Mexico? Why do you want to drive a free car, have more money? Because I'd feel accomplished and successful. Next up, why do you want to be accomplished and successful? Because I've worked hard and I feel very deserving and ready. The next part of that is, why do you feel deserving and that you've worked so hard? And I said, because over the past 5 years, I've dedicated myself to helping others reach their health and financial goals. And I'm ready for the next level of leadership in my business. And I want my income to reflect my efforts. So I thought that was kind of neat, where you can start at the top and go deep. You end up kind of emotionally going deeper into like why. So we really want to talk about, like, what is the root of that goal? What's the deep rooted desires for those goals? What did I like in the last year that I achieved? What's my next big goal? What's the next step in accomplishing it? To me, that part almost gets like, you know, taking the goals, but then mapping them out, right? Mapping those out to be able to reach them. Having that plan can come later. Picking categories, picking, 4 or 5 categories in your life, and then taking 1 or 2 desires per category and keeping it smaller so that it's not so big and so overwhelming when you look at your vision board or your goal board, whatever you want to call it. So pick 5 categories and then do 1 or 2 desires per category. The categories can be like self, and self could be spiritual, physical health, emotional health, just some ideas on that. And then it could be business. What are your business goals? Maybe for this month, maybe for the future, maybe in the next 3 months, however you want to do that. Relationships, home, free time, finances. Those are some category suggestions. But really getting deep in what is the root desire of why I want those goals, what those things would feel like, what it would look like. And that's where I've gone a lot deeper in, as I've put mine together, is going a lot deeper with what it would look like and feel like. Ooh, that's been really powerful for me. This part I shared on the sideline group, but I'll share it again. Other ideas to just go deeper. Say you're talking about a dream home. What does that home look like? Where is it located? What's it feel like outside? Is the staircase open? What are the colors in your home? What is the feel of the home? Is it peaceful? Is it an ocean vibe? Is it, what does it feel like being there? What does it feel like to accomplish that and to build that dream home? What does it feel like when you first walk in the door and it's just newly built? You could talk about physical. Maybe some of us have body goals, physical goals, a weight goal. What will that feel like to get there? Why do you want that? Me, I want to fit in my jeans, my favorite jeans. And why is that important? It's important to me because I will feel confident. I will feel healthier if I get to my ideal, not necessarily weight, but back, in the jeans that I love. Not always about number, but more about, for me, like how I feel in my clothes, and my clothes fitting really, really good. I will feel confident. I will feel accomplished and healthy. And if you guys are thinking of ideas as I'm talking, just unmute. and we need to share with each other because we're all going to learn from each other a lot. What are you doing in your free time? Are you camping? Are you traveling? Where are you traveling? If you're camping, where are you camping? What's it feel like when you get there? Who's with you? Another one, what's your ideal annual income? We hear this a lot with people talking about goals. They'll say triple that number. It's kind of scary, but what's your annual income goal? Triple it. What's in your savings account? This is really cool with financial, and I'm going to do this. What's in your savings account? What are your investments looking like? What's your total net worth? And writing them down past tense, like as if it's already happened, is really, really powerful too. All right. Anybody else want to share ideas? You can. Does anyone have any stuff already done that you want to share? One of your visions that or one of your goals that you're putting on your board?
Mine done, but I have a question that I thought I'd throw out here. Is I've had a vision board for a while. I put it in front of my treadmill, and I thought this would be a good time to review it to say, is this still really what's on the vision board? Well, as I go through this, there's lots of great stuff on here. But the question I come up with is, and even as you were talking, Tina, is a vision, it has to be bought in by a couple and a family. And, I can have all the dreams for the whatever it is, but if my wife says, I don't want that, well, should it be on my vision board? Right. So I don't know if you guys have thought about that. Maybe you have. Have you guys had discussions with your spouses, if you have spouses, and said, hey, what is the vision? Are we working towards this? Are we working towards this? Because what I found is I got lots of things on here that, oh yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. My wife looks at it, it's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, yeah, well, don't you want to do that too? She's like, well, maybe not. And so just as a thought, just throwing it out there, is I'm trying to filter this through what does us as a family have on our vision board, and then what could be exclusively on mine, what could be on hers, what could be on the kiddos. So I don't know, I'm just throwing that out there because when I first started a vision board, it was me, me, me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do have a family, don't I? just throwing that out there. I don't know if there's any thoughts on that, but
Totally makes sense. And I think it's important to sit down with our spouses and talk about what are our financial goals together. Let's do this part together, our ideal annual income together. What do we want in our savings account? What do we want in our investments? What's our total net worth goals? Like, that's easy, right? Financial goals should be together. The dream home, if you have a dream home, we both have a dream of owning a beach house. It's probably me driving that more than him, but he's like, yeah, like totally. I think our business is just our businesses. And in my opinion, we would each have separate goals for our businesses and what we want to achieve there, right?
yeah, and we can all have our own skinny jeans, right? We have,
Yeah, our weight, our physical, like that's our own thing. But I think,
right.
Yeah, there's definitely like, what do we want to do traveling? What are your dreams? What are her dreams? And then maybe they go together on a dream board, or you have separate ones where, yeah, we want to travel here, and Brandy wants to travel there. Yeah, I want to travel there too. Yeah, I think that they should be involved for sure. I showed Terry some of my stuff last night, and he's like, wow, that's exciting.
Yeah, Clint, I would just speak to that. I mean, brings up a good point. It's like, oh, my husband, what a concept, right? But here's my thing is that, you always say, you're the whole, like, your why should make you cry. I don't know if my husband's why would make me cry. Like, and it needs to be personal, I feel like. So, yeah, I mean, obviously it's a good thing, obviously, to include your spouse in your vision, but I kind of feel like the core of like your vision, it kind of has to be personal. And obviously you can bring in, your spouse's thing too. Like, part of mine. You know, my husband grew up in foster homes. And so, you know, that could be part of my why, you know, that I want to be able to give back to foster parents, foster kids, foster something, but maybe it's not, you know? And if that, whatever that is, if that doesn't drive me to want to get up every morning and work my business, then it's probably not a good vision to have on my vision board. Like, it's supposed to inspire us, right? To get up every day and do the work. So one thing I've heard before also is, you know, what is some specific kind of like softness, or I want to say not a weak spot, but like some cause or some type of people or thing that really you have a soft spot in your heart for. And so that could be something, you know, God created us all, you know, unique and different. Like for me, being a physical therapist and also a mom, there was a time, right, when I had a bunch of little kids where I was like, oh my gosh, this is hard. Like I need some time off, right? And I feel like I just recently lumped it all into caregivers. Caregivers do not get time off. They don't get time to be on their own and to invest in themselves. And so I'm like, part of my vision is, I don't know what it looks like, but I would love to use the money that I make from this business to develop some kind of retreat center for caregivers, whether it be moms or single moms or dads or whoever, or people that are taking care of their whoever full time and they totally just need a break. I want to create a place that's of rest and restoration, a place people can go and like pour into themselves, because, you know, as we know, caregivers, it's a never ending thing. And so that to me, like it kind of makes me cry just thinking of being able to provide something like that for that type of people. So, you know, it could be an orphanage. It could be, you know, so besides, you know, that for me, I feel like besides the normal things of getting out of debt, you know, having a vacation home, going on trips with your family, you know, all that kind of stuff, I feel like the next step after that is, I feel like the part where to me has been kind of the hard soul searching thing. You know, it's almost like, you know, Tina, when you say, what do you want your annual income to be? Multiply that by 3. It's like, what? You know, like dream bigger than that? What does that even look like? And so that's the part where I feel like has been hard, or like more soul searching for me to find what is that thing that I feel like maybe God brought this business into my life for. Like, who does he want me to impact because of the financial security that we have with this business? Anyway, that was a long soapbox, but hopefully that helps somebody.
So I can share a little bit about, I've done only done a vision board twice. And my visions weren't huge like you guys are talking about. They were like the next step of the things that I need to do. And I just did it like with markers. So I had like, when I was, I had ranked senior gold and immediately lost it and kind of felt yucky about how I had done it and needed to took off for about 9 months back in 2019. And in January, February timeframe of 2020, I decided to recommit. So I wrote a vision board that had my pathway back to senior gold, to Ruby, to senior Ruby. And then around it, I put dates that I wanted to accomplish those things. And then I put things like Leaders Retreat and Love Others Well and Consistency Club and things like I encourage people, or you have greatness inside you. I wrote, I'm an excellent leader who helps build silvers. Like things that I wanted to remind myself that I doubt myself on. Those are the things that I put on my vision board. I have something everyone needs. Show up consistently. I encourage others. Choose courage over comfort. Mindset daily. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. She believed she could, so she did. So this was the one that I used. It was all in marker. I could take a picture of it. It's not very fancy. But I wrote that I wanted to be Ruby then by July of 2020, and I ranked Ruby June 30th of 2020. So I had re-ranked Senior Gold and ranked Ruby before my goal. And so then I did another one that is for Senior Ruby and Emerald. And obviously I did rank Senior Ruby, but I've not yet ranked Emerald. But I did something similar: spend time with God daily, love others well, family time, invest in others. Like, so I know that sometimes, like for me, I'm very process driven. So if I am reminded, like I write it down and I'm reminded of the things that I need to do in an encouraging, fun way, then I'm more apt to do it. For me, if it's too lofty, it doesn't seem tangible. So therefore I might give up on it. So everybody has different ways of approaching a vision board. So I thought I'd just share mine. Like for those of us that want to be in Mexico next year, you know, what are the things that an Emerald would do? You know, have their meetings, you know, kind of the winning day things that people have shared. Maybe write that on your vision board of these are the things that I already do. It reminds me of Stacy P. Potter. Is it that right? She was in Michigan on Whitney War's team. How she's written down from different calls with Jen Leaf, how she wrote down her goals of what she's already accomplished. And then that got her to Senior Ruby. And like writing the things down so you in your head believe them already as if you've done them, so that when you do them, it's not challenging your thoughts, it's becoming second nature. So those are some thoughts I had about vision boards.
I love everybody sharing. So helpful. I'll read one part of mine is talking about my team and what I want my team to look like and feel like and be like. And this has been really powerful for me. And I've had a vision board up in my office, but it was definitely expired. It was time to redo it because they're really powerful for me. I'm sitting here at my desk and I've got that right in front of me all the time. And I look at it and I'm like, that was like a long time ago. Need to redo that. And it's really, really fun when you accomplish those things and you get to look at that dream board and be like, I totally just accomplished that. I had a Jeep on my dream board for 2 years. And I was like, I'm going to pay cash for this Jeep. And I did. I couldn't even believe it, but it was just, that was a big deal. So I'll share what I wrote for my team. And obviously this might change as I just become more inspired by you guys and even think about it a little bit more. But I wrote Diamond Team Wellness Within. That's my team name, Wellness Within. Is my God-centered team of amazing women, all with different gifts. We are an Olympic team that is not afraid of work, not afraid to fail and get right back up, not afraid of past stories, not afraid to stay on the mission of helping others achieve health, happiness, and financial freedom like never before. We are a team that up-levels ourselves and we keep learning. We have a passion, excitement, and energy that others are attracted to. We are like a magnet. We feel like a huge family, always supporting each other's dreams and successes. We are like a true sisterhood and we love the Lord with all of our hearts. We are helping others succeed and living out our dreams together. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I have never done that before. I said exactly what I want my team to look like. And I could cry just like reading it. And it's just like, wow. And as time goes on, I might add to it or change some stuff on it, but that's where I started. It's so powerful to write down as if it is now. And I have this picture of ladies holding hands.
Tina, that is so inspiring and I love that. And it makes me think back to my original, I've had a dream binder for the longest. That's what I started with years ago. And so many of the things, the pictures that I've put in there have come true. And I started with just small things because the income started small and it's grown and grown and grown. And that it really does build belief to look back at that vision binder that I have with pictures in it and be like, wow, God has really fulfilled these, dreams that I've had and blessed them. But one of the things that you mentioned, like the true sisterhood and love the Lord together with all our heart. This month, it came to me to start reading Proverbs 31. Lori Felton actually helped me with this when I shared my avatar on Sideline Strong. And she was like, that sounds like the Proverbs 31 lady. And I was like, that really is the best way to encapsulate it in just a few words. And so doing this with you today makes me think I really need to get a picture on my vision board that represents that, because that really is such a motivating, huge part of my dream is getting to spend time with her, getting to spend time with other Proverbs 31 women and building a team of people like that are, committed to the Lord and already have success and are positive and have perseverance and, believe in having fine things, and feel good about that. Have a self-esteem that's really a God esteem and a God confidence that is like, this is what God intends for me, and doesn't feel guilty about that or shy away from that, but is like, these are blessings from God. Thank you. And has like a spirit of gratitude, and so I've been reading the Proverbs 31 passage every day as part of manifesting her into my life through God's word. And we know that his word is powerful and living and sharper than any two-edged sword, as the scripture says. So his word is living and powerful, and that's where real energy comes from. And so I'm gonna add an image. I'm gonna find, a way to put that on my vision board. And Lisa, I love that you had little blurbs of affirmations along with the pictures. So I'm going to add those in too. Thank you guys for sharing.
Thank you so much. I love that. Anyone can guess what this is, right?
Well, I was getting ready to say, is it Manitoba, Mexico for next year?
Yeah.
That's the name of the town? Okay.
Yeah. I put, I'll earn the Emerald Extravaganza trip for 2023. I will be Emerald by December of 2022. My team is dynamic and it's fun having friends on fire for Jesus and our mission. Another thing that some of you already know this about me, but I have a dream to have a charity for international adoption. So I want to do a charity for families that are adopting internationally where I can donate whatever it might be, 5,000, 7,000, whatever, I can do. But my goal and the number in my mind, which I think is from the Lord, is 5,000, like per family. So I cannot wait to be able to do that. That is like going to be so amazing to see babies coming home to their families. And yeah, if you have to hop off, hop off. But I think kind of planned for an hour. But need to go, you can go. If you want to stay, you can stay. Also, I was gonna say, you could put these on Canva and create a collage on there too. It's easier to do it from your computer than your phone, for sure, because you can get really creative on there. And I'm gonna do that on Canva. Like, I'm gonna put all these pictures in there. And then I'm gonna put it on my home screen of my phone. But I am putting all of these pictures with the writing actually on a board that goes on my wall here in my office. But I thought it'd be kind of cool to have the photos in a Canva collage, just as a reminder when I open up my phone. I think that might be really powerful for me too. Anyone else want to share what you've got on your board?
I'm a little more like Lisa. If I put a goal too far out, I freeze. So of course we have land, and our goal is to, be able to build out there, move, and be closer to my parents. So definitely got some work to do before we get to that, because I have to be Emerald before Randy will consider breaking ground. So that's our next big goal is, I've got, of course, re-ranked senior Ruby, 1,000 points by the end of November of this year, Emerald by the end of December, and break ground by March. And that's pretty BHAG, but if I look too far ahead, I freeze.
I love that though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that because to me, like, it's pretty close around the corner for this happening,
It's a pretty big goal, yeah.
It's really
we have bigger ones like mission trips in Africa.
Yeah,
yeah. The house is the next big goal. So
yeah, I totally get that. You have to have some of those that are, goals in the next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. We have to have those, and we probably all do, especially with our businesses, because we kind of narrow it down month by month, or this month our goal is this, and in the next 3 months this, because we plan out 90 days, right, in our businesses.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you break ground. That's going to be so exciting. And, think about, like, when you write about it, what does it feel like to break ground? What's it feel like to see the house going up and being built? What's it feel like to walk in the door when it's done? What will I feel? And just write that down. It's really, really powerful to take it to that next level, Are you guys putting them on poster boards, or what's everybody doing?
I've got a whiteboard, and then it's also magnetized. Like I have my picture cut out of Alexis.
Oh, let me see. Do you have it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've just started. We had a poster board, but
I love that.
Randy's supposed to print a picture of our house plans. Bring it to me.
Cool. Oh my gosh, that's going to be powerful. That's what I need to do, is print the picture of the Lexus.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm away from home, I'm kind of keeping it all in the notebook. But yesterday, I'm here with my daughter, and my son-in-law had a day off, and we went on an adventure to Cordray, a little small town 25 miles northwest of Louisville in Indiana. It's the home of butt drugs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but that's another story. Anyway, so we had lunch and then went on a walk and stopped at a little coffee shop. And I think my son-in-law learned some new things about his bride. But for the last several years, have had this vision of a house, and this is kind of the footprint of the house, but it's sort of like a lodge, with the idea of each kid and their family has a bedroom, and they can come to visit, but that the house, instead of having windows, has doors, and those doors are open to different rooms for each kid, but also for college students who need a place to stay, or a missionary family on furlough that needs a place to stay, just a respite. And made out of metal, a metal with an angled roof. I mean, I've seen details of this for the last 2 years, and I finally I spoke it to somebody, and it was to those two. And later that day, Carrie reminded me that so I want to be able to leave that to my children, and that they would use it for ministry. And Carrie reminded me that we were talking about Francis Schaeffer and his sort of respite house in France called a l'Abri. And it almost, I had a pop of adrenaline when she said it. Like, oh, that's it. That's the l'Abri house that started when she was in 8th grade. And I'm just putting it down, and I thought, wow, that would be so amazing. So I wrote some things this morning about, to be able to give that to my children for the purpose of serving others, to give, if I happy, I wasn't gonna cry. To give a respite to those who are hurting. And for a place to build each other up. And that's what I'm going to do.
That is so powerful. Wow. That is what you're going to do. Gosh. Powerful.
Oh, and that it's community built. Community meaning those that want to be, finding like-minded individuals to come along in this, on my team, who've been helped physically, but also financially, that would want to be invested also. So I guess built by communities, not only physically, but financially. Using their gifts. Yeah. So I think I need to speak that out loud to my team. They have no idea.
Do it. Do it. Do it. That's powerful. Your why in there is so strong. That really inspires me to dig deeper too. Wow. Darlene, do you want to share anything that you're putting on your board?
I posted in the one of the chats, so maybe it was Sideline Strong. I have got 3 vision boards at my house. So one is my kids and my family. It's in my office because I really want to build a legacy business to leave them an inheritance. And that and also a big part of that is whether they want the money or not. You know, as we age, we see so many stories of like the kids don't want the business or whatever. But to me, it's really about what I've taught them through their life. All 3 of my adult daughters are business owners, and I've been network marketing since I was 16. And so I've passed on to them a mindset that they have seeds of greatness in them and they have lots of value to share. And something that my husband and I taught our girls is that there's no need to ever be hungry because there's always things that you can do. I mean, hungry, like physically hungry. Of course, we're hungry as in have dreams, but you know, my oldest daughter owns a salon. She told us this weekend that she had the biggest day at the salon last week. And so she went from having a booth with someone else to be inside that scenario, becoming a 6-figure business, to opening her own salon this July. And so we're so proud of her, but that comes from having raised her with vision boards. And when it was her birthday, August 26th, I was looking at pictures of her to post, and I saw in the background of her tiny infant picture one of my first vision boards on the wall that I had made out of like construction paper letters and just a black poster board, and then like really a collage of like all these pictures, and it said, "How big can you dream?" down the side in those letters. And I'm holding my infant oldest daughter in that picture. So, you know, it is just so exciting to see, like this week, all the pictures of everybody in Hawaii. And like, I made a little collage of me and Dawn as if we were there and put it in my story, and already had people congratulating me, like, congratulations. And I had to say back, this is where I'm gonna be. And I did some vision casting. They're like, oh, well, you can do it, you know? And so for me, seeing those pictures of everybody there and hearing Lisa Brizendine and Stephanie, it's like, I know we can all do it, and it does really make it real. So I have that, and then I have one in my bedroom that I see every day that has like even a hand-drawn picture that my son made of us having a camper and a pickup truck and a rack on it that has kayaks so we can go kayaking. And it has like my daughters with their wedding dresses, and my dream was to pay cash for their weddings because y'all know weddings are expensive. And it has a globe on it because my husband and I really wanted to spend this 10 years of our life doing mission work, and we wanted to not have to ask for financial support. We wanted to be able to fund ourselves doing it. So there's like, those are some of the things that are on that vision board. But like Lisa Johnson was saying, she's done vision boards like along the way, like baby steps. I so admire that, and I want to make some of those. For me, the big vision answers that question that Lisa Brizendine actually said in her video, I think yesterday, it is going to be worth it. It is going to be worth it. And so for me, when I make a vision board, having my big dreams on there, like my husband and I really want to own a second property. We've looked at like selling this one and moving into the country, and it made us realize we don't want to have to drive 30 minutes. So we want to be able to live here through the week if we want to, and then have a second property out in the country we can go to on the weekends to like get away. Karen, you're always inspiring me with you and Randy going to the hunting house and whatnot. That is exactly one of the things my husband and I really want to have and want to be able to do. So
Sorry, I gotta hop off. Thank you, Tina.
Yeah, super fun. Can't wait to see what everybody's turns out like. We'll have to share pictures. Be fun to see. Well, we can stay on another 5 minutes, but if you have to go, you can go.
Hey guys, I want to show you guys here. I'm in Waimea Bay, Hawaii. I want to show you guys it. So let me see if I can turn this around.
I've been there.
Gosh, Kathy.
Are you going to Waimea Falls?
I don't know if I'm going to go into there. I'm probably going to go up snorkeling up on Sharks Cove. I want to go see the inside. I want to go underwater.
Do they still? Yeah. Do they still have? Well, go to
Atlantis down on Waikiki.
Hanauma Bay. Hanauma Bay.
Hanauma Bay.
It's on Hanauma Bay.
Yeah, that's where you take frozen peas in, and the fish come right up to you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All different colors. Parrot fish. Huge fish. Yeah. But it's a very cool place.
They have a lot of sea turtles up on Sharks Cove, so that's probably where I'm going to be going out to.
Mm-hmm. Turtle Bay. Yeah. Or just to the east of Turtle Bay is a restaurant, or used to be, called Ahi, where
Turtle Bay is no longer here. It's not Turtle Bay anymore.
Oh.
And there's so much growth here that it's so different than when I was here 27 years ago.
Wow.
Look
yeah,
at
we
you.
haven't been there in 23 years.
I'm
all right.
Jealous. Why didn't you bring us with you? I don't really understand why you didn't tell us to come.
I tried. Actually, I've been so busy with my mom, with her back surgery, and then my husband has scheduled this, and I'm like, Mom, I'm going to Hawaii. She was like upset at me. But
a mental break.
So, but I need someone to come out here and go snorkeling with me. Come on.
I'm just scared of sharks. I'd be like,
I don't, there's many times as, it's once in a blue moon that you hear it, but it seems like it's been overemphasized. Is that what I say?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's been, bit. Anyway, let me show you one more time, guys. There's the water.
So pretty.
Oh my goodness. Woo-hoo-hoo! Feeds my soul. Jill's laughing at me about sharks. It doesn't surprise her that I'm sure it doesn't surprise her that I would be scared. Oh, she'd say, oh yeah, of course.
That's what we get to look for, guys. This water is beautiful. It's clear and awesome.
Fun. Gosh. Enjoy every second. You'll have to listen to the recording because we gave some good ideas in the beginning of the call for just digging deeper into your why and what your goals mean and stuff like that. Well, this has been
Where are you
super fun.
staying?
This has been super fun, you guys. Super fun. Oh, where did I find a picture of the? I just went online. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, just Google it. Isn't it beautiful? Big dog. Anyone else want to share what they're putting on their dream board, why it's so special to you before we get off? I could share one more. One's my, Darlene knows this about me, that I have a goal of a beach home. I will share what I wrote. This is a big, big one. It's been a dream of mine for 20 years. So we have our family beach home. I put a date, which is really scary, 2024. A dream of mine for 20 years now, a reality. It's a coastal farmhouse right on the beach. Our master view is the ocean and palm trees. The smell of the ocean, coconut, candle scent fills our home. We have the most beautiful sunsets you can imagine. God is so good. The inside is earth-toned colors with a pop of blues. It feels calm and peaceful. Our family loves making so many memories here. It's fun to see the laughter of our kids and grandkids. We will pass this on to our children for many more memories to come. I will have many retreats for women who want to worship and grow together in our faith and in our businesses. So that's what I wrote so far. I'm going to probably think on that and probably add to that a little bit more, but just wanted to share that with you guys.
So Tina, it's Vicki. Sorry, I'm stepped out of the doctor's office in the hall. So mounting your pictures on individual pieces of poster board and writing a caption with them.
Yeah.
And then are you putting all of that on one large board?
Yeah, I'll show you what this is my old board that I had to redo, but I am using one of these. It's like you can stick tacks into it, but I put these strings across, so I'm going to actually probably pin them on, or I might take the strings off and just glue them onto here or pin them onto here. Because before, when I did it, I just kind of had the pictures attached. I didn't have a lot of words to it. This time I have more meaning, more words. I'm going deeper, not just the photo. So I'll probably end up just gluing it on here, or not gluing, but taping. And then I'll get rid of those strings. So then I have this big board right in front of me.
Is it a dry erase board that you added strings to?
No, this is like a pegboard or whatever you call it, like you stick your tacks into.
A cork board.
And then I painted it.
You painted it.
Yeah, I just kind of painted. I just kind of lightly brushed white onto it.
Oh, great idea. So it's brighter.
And then we got, these down here, these little stickers and whatnot.
Oh, I love that.
I'll have my Y at the top, my Y, and I'll redo that, but it's gonna take a little bit more time. But this is kind of this, what it's gonna look like when I get different things done. And I look at some of my pictures and I'm like, some of the stuff I wrote is shorter, and I'm like, I need to go deeper on that. Like the Emerald Extravaganza trip, I need to go deeper on what that's gonna feel like for me. What will that mean for me? Because there's a lot in here of what that will mean. And so I need to write it on here. So I'll redo that one. So I think
yeah, I really love the way you did that. I have mine, which I'm redoing, of course, on trifold foam board that I can stick pins in, so I can take them down, put them back, whatever. And just got some of those little, I don't know, I think they're command squares where I can stick it on the wall. But like I said, it's kind of trifold, so I can kind of distinguish, like business goals, family goals, whatever. And y'all, I had never done vision boards until like the last couple of years. It's not like I hadn't heard of them, but I had done them. But I just wanted to share with you a story. My oldest granddaughter, who is 25 and in 23 and in medical school, when she was in the 8th grade, she was in a leadership class that actually taught her, Lord, I wish I'd been taught that, to have written goals for every 6 months. She's done that her entire life. Everything that she has put on her vision boards has come to pass. She
Yes, it's powerful.
pick of which medical schools to go to. She had her pick of which clinicals to do, which she is now doing. Everything that she's ever put on them has come to pass. So
yeah,
you can learn from your grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It's very powerful. And I just encourage everybody to go deeper, because I have made them in the past and I didn't, like I said, I didn't go deep into what it feels like, what it looks like, what it smells like. And that's why I'm going deeper with, just like I shared, the colors of the beach house and what's inside and what it smells like and the view from our bedroom, and having a house full of women praising, worshiping, learning. I can see it. I can see it. And just going deeper like that, I really feel just really embeds it in our hearts. God like hears that, and then just pray over all of these, right? And yeah, it's powerful. I could totally cry. I could totally cry.
And what you're talking about, I mean, to me, is feelings or energy. And Brooke, Emily, whoever trains us on energy. So I just thought I'd share this. I did a, I don't know, training with Mary Morrissey. I don't know if you know who she is. This was a couple of years ago, but she talked about not just looking at your vision board, but each day going and touching the different things on your energy board, on your vision board, because that puts you in the energy of whatever that vision is.
That is powerful. And what a great place to end this call with that. Going up to the board, touching it and praying over it. That is super powerful. I'm totally going to do that. All right. So I'm going to put a post in Sideline Strong chat, or not the chat. I'll put it in the page, and it'll be share your vision board. And so when you're done with it, take a picture of it and share it in there. Let's inspire other people. And like I said, dig deep, take your time with it, and everybody's board is completely individual. So if you've got a picture of a sea turtle, you know, then that means something to you. So everybody's is so different. And I love that. Thank you guys for spending time together. This is super, super great. I can't wait to see everybody's boards. So have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye. And Kathy, have a blast on the beach. So jealous.